This lesson is going to be on a John Fahey song, his version of West Coast Blues as he played it on The Legend of Blind Joe Death. It's in standard tuning. I'll go through it once and then break it apart into 3 different sections, Section A, Section B, and 1 extra section for a variation that is played. Alright, so the first chunk to go through will be the C to the E7 chord. The C is played as a normal open C chord, alternating bass between the 5th and 4th strings. And then you'll kind of be toggling between the 3rd and 2nd strings on the treble side. And you might even add in, actually you will add in, the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. And then you'll just pair that with the bass side. And there are tabs and a MIDI player of some exercises for this in the link below. You want to feel pretty comfortable with that, and then you'll do the exact same thing pretty well on the E7 chord, alternating bass on the 6th and 4th strings. Same thing, toggling between the 2nd and 3rd strings on the treble side. And notice on the E7 chord then to hit that 1st fret of the 2nd string. You just flatten your E7 chord shape so you actually end up barring temporarily that 2nd string. And again, you'll just want to get comfortable. And then just combine the two. Really the first chunk of the A section, and then the second involves this A7. It's a bar across the top 4 strings, 2nd fret. Then you'll add the 3rd and 5th frets on the top string. The alternating bass will start on the 5th string, then go to the bar on the 2nd fret of the 4th. And from there it'll actually alternate between the 4th and 6th string. So it starts on the 5th and then goes here. To simplify it, you can just play the 5th and 4th. And that's really how the bass side works. And on the treble side, you can do this sort of mode 3 picking, which is kind of a pickup on usually on a string below a target note. Notice that. It involves a pickup on the second string into the top string treble side note. And you can either do that as that sort of mode 3 picking, as it's called in the guide, or you can just do mode 2, which is more alternating, or mode 1, which is on the B, or mix it up. Really, that's all. You're just sort of improvising around and opening and closing that top string between the 3rd and 5th frets. And that's really the second chunk of section A. 3 more chunks to go in section A. You've got this D7 now, fretting the 2nd fret of the bottom string with your thumb, alternating bass on the 4th string. Fret a D7 chord. You can actually hit every string. So just get used to that alternating bass. Treble side, you've got that D7, but he'll kind of play around and modify it and frets 2, 1, and 0. And so that involves a little bit of maneuvering to hit those notes. Closes on the 2nd, 3rd fret of the 2nd string. But notice that's again just mode 3 picking, pickups off the 2nd string. So using those mode 3 exercises will be really helpful. And from there, you can go to the 5 chord. This is the 4th chunk. Again, you're fretting that bass note with your thumb, 3rd fret. And actually, you might find that it's easier to hit these treble notes if you hit the notes with your middle finger, bending the 3rd fret of the 3rd string into the 2nd string open, into the 3rd fret, open top string, 3rd fret, and then you just combine that with the bass. Twice now. A bit tricky. And that's almost the end. Then he plays that C chord, again with a mode 3 pickup. And then he bars the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings 1st fret, and then plays them broken. And it goes back into the C chord. And that's the A flat chord. Into C. And that's section A. Then into section B. It's really a toggle between the A minor chord and the E7 chord. The A minor chord is an alternating bass between the 5th and 4th strings. Kind of playing around with the 3rd and 2nd strings right off the chord, and then to lead into the E7 he really just leads into it with a hammer on. Just plays them back and forth a little quicker, and then he just repeats that. And that's the first part of section B. The last part of section B is a D7. Much like it's played in section A, just the same alternating bass, and you're playing around with the same notes. Opening and closing the top string, 3rd fret of the 2nd string, those notes are around. And then the G. Oh, actually he doesn't play that, he does this. Just taking this, and I'm using these 2 fingers and moving them up a couple frets. And same alternating bass. You just play the alternating bass as if you don't even know that your fingers are moving. Fret, 4th fret of the 2nd string, and just do a slight bend and hit the top string open, and then you end it the same way. And that is the B section. Back to section A. And so that is section A, section B, and the last part is just one variation that Fahey plays. And so that is just on the bass side on the C chord. So it's taking section A part 1. And really you're just fretting a C chord and playing as mode 2 picking, which is in between. Meaning it's between the bass notes. And what he does is he just hits the C chord, and then he lifts off the middle finger to hit the 4th string open. bass side it's okay, so you're just hitting that bass and just making room for it when you hit those mode 2 sweeps. And then he does the same thing on the E7 chord. And it'll go. But you'll hit that E7 by hitting the first fret of the 3rd string. Right back into the normal section A. And really, that is West Coast Blues. So thanks for watching, and again, there are some more resources, tabs and things like that in the URL below. So check it out. Thanks a lot for watching. Take care.